Good morning and welcome into First Pitch. You'll have to excuse me this morning. The allergies have really kicked my butt. I'm your host, Ty Comer, along with head coach Ryan Brittle. Coach's big week that we just had, conference tournament. Came in hot. We did. We played William Peace, faced their guy, and came out and looked maybe the best we've looked all year, I thought. Ended up pulling out a 12-0 victory.
It was like Jekyll and Hyde last week.
Mm-hmm.
We came out and of course Hunter pitched well, and I thought we grinded really well at the plate and wore down a really good William P. starter. Trevor Pence was on the mound for them and wore him down, got into their pen and continued to grind and came out of there with a 12-0 victory after 7 innings and we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. Maybe we were feeling a little too
good about ourselves because we came in the next day, played at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock against North Carolina Wesleyan. They ran out another good arm. T.J. Wilkie was their ace last year, I believe, and they pick up this kid named Grant that becomes their ace this year. But Wilkie still had his ace-like stuff. Was spotting just about every pitch for a strike that he had. Probably had about 4 of them. Did a good job, and we took the loss there. They came out and scored 3 runs in the top of the first.
Ryan Grant actually is a 4-year player for North Carolina Wesleyan, and he ended up having the best year of those 2 guys this year. But we faced Wilkie on the second day. He came out, and I think the first pitch of the game was a changeup.
It was.
And so we're fed a heavy dose of changeups, sliders, and breaking balls, and just enough fastballs to keep us honest. And being a young team like we were, we weren't prepared to put good swings on good breaking pitches or good off-speed pitches, and so Wilkie held us down. We did give up 3. In fact, the first pitch of the game from Dylan Weaver was a triple to center field, and we gave up 3 in the first, but we had opportunities throughout the game. I believe you were on third base with 1 out, and Deaver was at the plate, and we didn't get the job done, which would have pulled us back to within 3-2, I believe. Mm-hmm. And early on in the game, but Wilkie ended up throwing a complete game. I think he threw 120-some pitches.
He threw a lot
in a complete game effort against us, and we came out on the short end of a 8-2 ball game against North Carolina Wesleyan and headed into the night. Going to play Piedmont at 7 o'clock. Ended up starting at 9, I think.
9:20.
And Piedmont, this is how crazy our conference is now. So Piedmont just barely gets in the conference tournament, and we knew they were a good team. We talked about it on this show, I think, a few weeks ago.
I actually discussed it with their first baseman, Griffin Olson. I said, we were kind of rooting for you guys to miss the tournament because they're so talented. That they swing the bats.
They do, and so we headed into the night game, It was just it's one of those games where we couldn't do anything right and they did everything right, and hats off to them. When they came in here, I looked back at the stats. When they came in here to our place, we swept them at home, and they were hitting 257 as a team, and they're hitting over 290 now. So they've jumped 40 points in the last month, mm-hmm. hitting wise, and so they were hot as a firecracker. First inning. The first inning tells the tale of the game. So we come out in the top of the first, and we load the bases up with nobody out.
And we don't score.
They punch out 2 in a row and get a ground ball to shortstop. And then in the bottom half of the first inning, we get the first 2 guys out pretty quick. Brady Ballstat, who's one of the best players in the conference, comes up and hits a weak fly ball to the edge of the grass. In the
front
infield,
edge, yeah.
Front edge of the grass in the infield to second base, to you. And you come in and make a nice play, and he's fast as lightning. He beats it out. Next thing we know, they've scored with 2 outs and a guy that hit a weak. I mean, it was the weakest fly ball we've seen all year. But so anyway, we ended up a marathon game deep into the night. I think we got done about 1 or 1:15, and ended up coming out on the short end of the stick, 14-5, and just couldn't get it out. We just couldn't get it out, and we couldn't get a big hit. We left 17 runners on base in that game. So came home from the tournament on Friday with our tails tucked between our legs.
Yep. If you are wondering, Piedmont would go on to beat Greensboro in the losers bracket, and then beat North Carolina Wesleyan 15-2 in the losers bracket as well, since North Carolina Wesleyan lost to LaGrange the next day. And then so they took on LaGrange for the conference championship, and all of a sudden those bats went quiet. And I think LaGrange pulled out a 5-0 or 6-0 victory to win the conference tournament. So kudos to LaGrange for taking care of business. They've been strong all year. Obviously, with I think they're 4th ranked now, but they took care of business. They won the regular season and they won the tournament. So there's that. So we've got this week. Effectively, that will end our season. We don't have a chance for a regional bid. We're supposed to have 5 games this week. We'll see how that goes. The forecast is pretty rough for just about every day we're supposed to play.
Yeah, so we play at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Today's Tuesday, April the 18th. We play at 4 o'clock against Washington Lee this afternoon. We actually have 7 games this week because we have a JV doubleheader tomorrow afternoon at home.
Right.
It's supposed to rain all night. We're going to put the tarp on the field after the game, and it's supposed to clear up tomorrow afternoon, so hopefully we'll get those JV ball games in against Patrick Henry. Game time is probably going to be 3, 4, or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have to wait and see when the rain's going to move out of here. But and then Thursday, looks like we're still going to be able to get that game in. We'll put the tarp on Wednesday night after the ball game, and Thursday's going to end up being senior day. We were hoping to get it done on Saturday and Sunday, but I woke up this morning and saw the forecast for Saturday is awful now, and Sunday's been awful all week. So Thursday night we play Roanoke at home at 7 o'clock. We'll do senior night that night. We'll honor you and the rest of the seniors for all that they've done for our program, and hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, the rain won't come in here on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll play a doubleheader against North Carolina Wesleyan on Saturday and a single game against Guilford on Sunday. And that'll wrap up a good year. It's been an interesting year, so
yep.
We'll see what happens.
So let's move on to questions. I think I've just got one, and I got a text this morning. I'm actually not sure who the number is, and I hate that. I hate asking who this is and all, but
you'll have to now because they watch our show.
Yeah,
and they'll know anyway.
Yeah, so I don't have your number, but I appreciate the kind words and the question. So the question is, let's see. They would like to know what this senior class has meant to you, since it's the first class that's been with you all the way through your first 4 years, and what it's meant changing the culture of the program overall.
So a great question, and something I've thought about a lot over the last few days, because you don't really think about those kinds of things when you're in the heat of battle in the middle of the season. Not that we don't have 5 important games left for our program, but it's meant the world to me to have you, Lane Deaver, Joe Stickney, Dylan Weaver, Jared Talley on our team, to have, the baseball trials and tribulations are great. That group of 4 has won 2 conference championships and won a lot of ball games, going to get close to 100 wins in your career. But the off-the-field stuff, the relationships that you make, those are going to last a lifetime. And those are what I really strive for and appreciate. I want every player that plays here, and everyone especially that plays 4 years here or graduates from Ferrum College, to have a good experience and to have memories that are fond memories of Ferrum baseball and Ferrum College. I haven't talked to you guys individually about it, but I'm pretty sure all 5 of you have a lot of great memories here. And although they might not like me very much, they've enjoyed their time with their teammates and in the program and at Ferrum College, and that's what's most important to me. So it's meant the world to me, and I'll thank them all personally at some point in time. And it's sad that it has to end, but you got the next group of guys coming through that are going to be the next Ty Comer and Lane Deaver
Yep.
and Jared Talley. So you got to keep plugging away, and these guys will be members of our program forever. They'll be Ferrum Panthers forever, and so it's been absolutely fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to have been here with me for my first 4 years.
Well, you got a great nucleus coming up too. We started 4 to 5 seniors in the lineup, or not seniors, but freshmen, excuse me, in the lineup, and those guys are great people too. I don't foresee a lot of problems.
So are Jake Holland, Brandon West,
yeah.
and Christian Sowers and Mosier and Tucker Brown, and there's so many guys on our team. We don't have a bad kid on our team.
Right.
And so yeah, we're the program is healthy, it's good, and good people, and that's what it's really all about.
Yep. So we've got one more show. We'll come back to you next Tuesday. We'll probably have to change the time, probably not the day. Next Tuesday, those are the last 2 days of regular classes. So we'll have Monday classes on Monday, and then we'll have Friday classes on Tuesday. So I'll be done at 11:05. So we'll probably do a little bit later, just a heads up for Gary. But other than that, we'll be back next week. We'll discuss the week that just happened. Hopefully we can talk about 5 games. If not, it's been a great year, and I've really enjoyed it. But like I said, we'll see you back here next week. I'm Ty Comer along with head coach Ryan Brittle. Thanks for joining us at First Pitch.